Okay, everyone, welcome to watch this video. My name is Lishuo. Today, I will explain the cognitive theory of multimedia learning to all of you and explore how it can be applied to the design of educational videos. Before the video starts, let's first clarify the learning objectives of this lecture. By the end, you will be able to master the core framework of CTML and learn to use it to optimize educational videos. Yeah, next. You can see the four parts. First, elaborate on the three core assumptions of CTML. The second, explain the theory of cognitive load and its clarification. Third, list and describe at least five key multimedia learning principles. Finally, apply the CTML principles to the evaluation or design of educational videos. Next, I will elaborate on it is this part. Let's start with the theory and the author and gradually delve into specific principles and applications. Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Educational videos are everyone, but not all LLDSR can effectively promote learning. CTML provide us with the evidence-based design guidelines to help video transform from good-looking to easy to learn. Mm, Why pay attention to educational videos? Phenomenon and data, number of MOOC yours worldwide has exceeded about 200 million. The daily view time of educational videos on YouTube exceeded 1 billion hours. Microrealization, flipped classroom, and other modules have become widespread. The core issue one, but does watching equal learning? Two, how can we prevent videos from begin becoming passive information, indoctrination, and truly enhance learning outcomes? Mm, Before diving into the survey, it's necessary for us to know the scholar behind this. Richard Miller. His research spanned several decades and laid a scientific foundation for our understanding of multimedia learning today. One professor of psychology at University of California, Santa Barbara, USA. Two, one of the founders in the field of multimedia learning research. Three, representative work multimedia learning. Finally, research called how to optimize learning through the combination of text and images. How can we design multimedia methods to best promote human learning? Mm, we will direct deep into the fundamental issue that CTML is trying to solve. It's not about how cool the technology is, but how about but about how the human brain learning. Mm, you see, cognitive theory of multimedia learning was precisely developed to answer this question. Three core assumptions to channel. Good multimedia design should make simultaneous and coordinated use of two channels rather than overloading one channel. Its definition: humans have two relatively independent information processing channels. The visual image channel processes pictures, animations, and written text. The auditory speech channel process spoken language and sounds. Imagine, just like imagine you are listening to the commentary while watching the animation with your C, yeah, and with your ears. CTMI believes that this is precisely the efficient mode of our learning. Next, the two limited capacity definition. You can see the image, the definition, the amount of information that each information processing channel can handle at the same time is limited. Our cognitive resources are extremely processed. Instructional design must manage the information flow to avoid cognitive overload. Just as running too many apps on a mobile phone at the same time can cause lag. If you bring channels uh, bombarded with too much information, learning will come to a stand still. This is what is called cognitive overload. Next, third, active processing. And when you can see the imaging, active processing, learners must engage in meaningful learning, not just passive reception. It requires learners to actively carry out these steps for cognitive processing. Select important. Select the relevant information to enter the working memory. Organize this information into an internal psychological structure. Integrate the structure of the new organization with the existing prior knowledge. The goal of multimedia design is to get and promote this active processing procedures. Mm, like learning is not passive reception, but rather like chip cooking, selecting ingredients, combining and processing them, and integrating them with existing experience to ultimately create new understanding. Yeah, cognitive loss theory. Three types of cognitive loss. The definition: cognitive load refers to the total psychological load that a learner's working memory bears when performing a specific task. The core main point, the fundamental goal of CTML and multimedia design principles is to optimize the distribution of cognitive load, exclude intrinsic cognitive load, and external cognitive load with relevant cognitive load. The intrinsic cognitive load definition is joint determined by the complexity of the learning materials themselves and the learner's existing knowledge level. For example, the intrinsic part of learning calculus is much higher than that of learning addition. You can see the left and right image is inherent in the material and cannot be directly eliminated. However, it can be managed by segmenting, sequencing, and laying the groundwork through teaching design. The external cognitive load definition: mental exertion caused by poor information presentation or improper teaching design, which is irrelevant to achieving learning goals. For example, chaotic layout, irrelevant background music for animation, and text that is out of sync with the commentary is harmful and will waste limited cognitive resource. The main goal of multimedia design is to minimize its as much as possible. Yeah. Finally, relevant cognitive load definition: deep cognitive processing invested in handling, understanding, contracting, and automating scams. For example, think about the connection between concepts, compare case, solve variant problems, and explain oneself. One is beneficial and promote learning. Two, a teaching design should get and increase this load and allocate cognitive resources where they are most needed. The design goal of CTML, live intrinsic load and extrinsic extrinsic load. Mm, The right, relevant, loud, right, and light. You keep balance. You can see reduce external cognitive load, manage internal cognitive load, and optimize related cognitive load to promote meaningful learning. How to achieve the goal? The 12 principle of multimedia learning. So is a map and the principle are the specific navigation instruction based on the brainwork blueprint and cognitive load management goals. We have just understand. Now let's take a look at the specific tools in the toolbox that Professor Mai has given us. The multimedia principle definition: learners learn better through the combination of text, aid, pictures, or animations than through pure text alone. Two research bases Mayer's experiment shows that combining the interpretation of images can enhance understanding and memory retention. When explained concepts is essential to combine them with relevant charts, animations, or real scenery video to avoid the situation where there is only text or only narration without any visuals for a long time. For example, the multimedia principle, the left is right. The temporary contiguity principle, the definition, explanatory text should be immediately adjacent to the corresponding image. The voice commentary should appear simultaneously with the corresponding visual content. When it comes to a certain concept, the screen immediately switches to the icon or keyword of the concept. The left is right, the right is worse. The coherence principle, its definition: eliminate all text, images, sounds, and special effects that are irrelevant to the learning objectives. Irrelevant information will increase the external cognitive load and interfere with learning. Applications in educational videos. First, avoid using overly decorative templates or animation. Yeah. Two, background music should not be used unless necessary, such as to create an atmosphere. Next, do not insert funny meme pictures or video clips that are irrelevant to the topic. Okay, you can see. Next, the segmenting principle is definition, divide long and containers content into several sections and let the learner control the playback reason by themselves. Allow learners to digest information, take notes, and review, reducing cognitive load. Application in educational videos and divide the 30-minute video into 5 to 7 sections. Logic clearly marks the chapter point and the video progress bar. Encourage the audience to pause their thinking or review the previous section. Okay, you can see the segmenting principle example. Okay, next, the pre-train principle. As definition, before presenting the core multimedia content, let learners be familiar with the names and features of key concept first function. It reduces the intrinsic cognitive load during subsequent learning, allowing more attention to be allocated to the organization and integration of the content. Present the key terminology left out this video on 1 to 2 page and the beginning of the video, or provide a simple concept diagram as navigation example. The modality principle. Its definition: the learning effects of animation or picture aid narration is better than that of animation or picture aid screen text. The reason: presenting both text and images simultaneously will compete for visual channels resources, causing visual overload. Use more navigation rather than pulling up long sections of subtitles on the screen. If text is necessary, it should be concise and closely integrated with the images. The modality principle example. Okay, is your educational video CTML friendly? 1. Have I achieved a combination of pictures and text? The 2. Is my commentary synchronized with the visuals? 3. Have I deleted all irrelevant elements? The 4. Is my video clearly segmented to facilitate learners' control? The 5. Did I provide a preview of the key concept at the beginning? The 6. Should I give priority to using the narration rather than pairing up subtitle? Okay, night three part summary and conclusion. An overview of the theoretical system of CTML to Tor to the short three core assumptions get designed to conform to cognitive structure. Next, cognitive load manage and optimize through design. Next, principles of multimedia learning specifically applied to. Okay, next, educational video design is ultimate goal. Finally, promote meaningful learning is end. Know what you can do. You are light or you are right. Become a critical view or become a scientific designer. Okay, thank you.